Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Vice President, Platform Solutions and Emerging Business, Amar Hansbal.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for coming. We are really excited with the news that we have for you today. The world's most popular design and engineering software available on one of the most sought-after platforms in the industry, the Mac. But our news does not end there. In fact, what we are doing is not just making AutoCAD accessible on the Mac, we're making it accessible on the web, on the iPhone, on the iPad, furthering what we're trying to do here, which is to make design accessible to anyone from anywhere on the device of their choice. But our news begins with AutoCAD for the Mac. So let's just recap a little bit of what AutoCAD is all about. But for about 25 years, AutoCAD has defined the standard for design and engineering. And many of you might remember it as a 2D system that started in the early 80s when PCs were not that capable. But over the years, it has evolved to drive conceptual design, surface modeling, mesh modeling, all these advanced 3D design capabilities combined with presentation tools, combined with visualization, animation capabilities, and of course, reliable documentation capabilities that make it the choice for engineers and designers around the world. And so what you're seeing go by on the screen is an example of the kind of work, in this case, a convention center that could be designed by one of our customers anywhere in the world, visualized and rendered using AutoCAD and some of the visualization technology that we have here within Autodesk. As you can see, you can create very stunning, realistic presentations and geometrically accurate depictions of your designs. And that is what AutoCAD is today. Now, over the years, AutoCAD has proven itself to be a versatile tool. It's used across many industries, from shipbuilding, PCB layout, buildings, roads, tunnels, bridges. Today, green energy, sustainable design, a whole set of work is done using AutoCAD or AutoCAD-based products. And indeed, 10 million, close to 10 million customers around the world rely on AutoCAD and AutoCAD-based products to get their work done. It is the world's most widely used piece of design and engineering software. So what happens when the world's most popular design product meets the world's most sought-after design platform? Well, things can only get better.
Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Oh, oh, oh. Things are getting better. Things are getting better. Oh, oh, oh.
Say hello to AutoCAD for the Mac. So here to show you AutoCAD for the Mac in action is our product manager for AutoCAD for the Mac, Rob McGuire. Rob, welcome.
Thank you. All righty. So it is my pleasure today to demonstrate for you AutoCAD for Mac. So AutoCAD for Mac is a 64-bit native Mac OS X application. There's a lot that sort of entails. That means it's both AutoCAD and it is a native Mac application. Thank you. So everything from the existing AutoCAD user who is familiar with things that are in the context of in the canvas or their command line, all that stuff is exactly there for them where they would expect. For a customer that's more into the Mac native side of things, we've integrated things like the cover flow, which is typical of like an iTunes album browsing kind of experience, where you can sort of more visually see the drawings that you're going to be loading.
So you can flip through your drawings like you're flipping through album covers.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as you're talking about AutoCAD for everyone, we've got to run it on all the different types of Macs. So there's everything from the 13-inch
Mini.
MacBook, to the Mac Mini, all the way up to the Mac Pro. And we've got lots of different visualization. The UI affordances have to be kind of expanded for the widescreen aspect ratio. All of your tools are immediately available in whatever sort of configuration you're looking for. We even take advantage of the clean screen functionality. So for some of these 27-inch iMacs with the enhanced graphics display, you can get a sense of, really immersing yourself in the drawing.
Right.
And, changing the visual style into, whatever is most appropriate for you. Doing your 3D orbits of all your, models across the board. You can view in multiple viewports at once.
So Rob, just to be clear, this is not AutoCAD running on Boot Camp or Parallels. This is a native implementation, fully integrated with the system.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. So there's no funny business going on here.
Okay.
It's absolutely the very native AutoCAD system.
Absolutely.
And we've got to find a way to both balance the Mac centricness and the AutoCAD centricness. So we tried to find ways to take the Apple design patterns and integrate them directly into AutoCAD.
Right.
So we would take things like our
like the command line.
The command line, for example, or even sort of a more visual inspection of the drawing layouts and everything that you're experiencing, which is typically more just sort of a tabbed or textual interface in some of our other applications. Even stuff like the systems dialogues. If you're looking for particular settings such as like the coordinate display or something like that, you'll find it directly there. You can tab into it.
So that an interface like that looks very familiar. So as someone who's using a Mac native application for creative design can feel familiar and can orient themselves in this application very quickly.
Absolutely. It's exactly how the Mac would work, system preferences and all that kind of stuff. But on the other side, we definitely have to make sure that it is AutoCAD. So what does that mean? The number one thing that people associate with AutoCAD is DWG. So we've got to make sure that when we come into our interfaces, using the magic trackpad, we can do lovely cover flow stuff to keep native. But the real DWG, that's the lingua franca of the design and engineering community. And we've got to make sure that we support that. And we've got the same engine that runs both on Windows and on Mac. So we've got best-in-class DWG interoperability.
Right. So a company that's working on Windows and Mac can use both of them at the same time and not worry about data moving between the two systems, right?
Absolutely. And there's a few other things that make AutoCAD, such as customization. We support everything from particular custom object types to little Lisp routines and sort of workflow automations to menu customizations and toolbars. So you can create your own menus. Come in here, say, hey, I want to create, my menu. Tab over, find your favorite command. Drag and drop it over straight into the interface.
Oh, nice.
But in addition to that, we've got sort of our native C++ API. It's the same one that's running on Windows. And even here today, we've got one of our development partners, OFC Desk. They work in the commercial interior space, and they've been working with us for several months, 13 years and then several months to port their application over to AutoCAD for Mac.
But that's pretty significant because I think there's about 4,000 application developers around the world that develop applications on top of that C++ API on the PC platform, and now those same developers can work on the Mac platform using largely the same sort of API calls that they're used to on the Windows platform, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
And one of the final things that really kind of hits home is the 3D nature. Like we were talking about how AutoCAD really is 3D, and we provide all the same sort of solid mesh and surfacing modeling tools that are available in AutoCAD for Windows.
So that was one of the things I think we got to make sure people understand. Is this a full-featured AutoCAD? Have we sort of done a full implementation of its capabilities?
Absolutely. So this is AutoCAD, everything that makes AutoCAD. Customization, DWG, visualization and materials. So you can actually create, photorealistic renderings directly out of this application.
Right.
So if you want to create a wood roof and, apply it to your model, we provide all the tools for you to be able to do that.
Right.
And if you want to turn around and create a photorealistic rendering of it, we've got that as well.
Right.
if I can type.
Right. So, I mean, I think one of the things that Rob is showing, and I think I'll borrow a quote from one of our beta users, which is this is a product that has the heart of AutoCAD and the soul of the Macintosh, and it sort of comes together and delivers this rich experience. And you can see this, of course, Macs are really powerful. You can see the speed at which that rendering was created. And I know this is not a final quality rendering, but it's still impressive that it got done in the speed that it did.
Absolutely. And back on the presentation, we've got sort of the final rendering of a more sort of production-ready quality. But yeah, it absolutely is AutoCAD. It's the DWG, the
Right.
customization, 3D, solid, automation, everything that makes AutoCAD AutoCAD.
And everything like the magic pad and all those things that make an apple an apple,
Absolutely.
a Mac a Mac.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. Well, thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Okay.